Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chela Time, where four friends talk about their thoughts with a drink in hand.
Hey guys, my name is Cesar.
And I'm Diego.
Yo, everyone is Joel.
And I'm Peter.
What are we all drinking tonight?
I am drinking Seagram's Peach Bellini, dude. It's so good.
Peach
Yeah,
what?
I can't wait to try that.
Drinking this big bitch.
Big bitch in a mason jar.
Cheers.
Yeah,
I'm drinking
it's
Pussy
orange
juice?
juice. It's orange
orange
juice
juice.
and like a lot of bucanas.
Not gonna lie, I thought
That's close.
fuck. I thought it was apple cider vinegar for a second. I was like, he's cleansing. I'm drinking some bucanas as well. This little tiny, so cute. But some bucanas, bro. No more beer for tonight.
Oh man, speaking of beer, I'm drinking some Modelo. It's backwards, but you can see it
Oh,
right there.
actually, I think it gets mirrored like 2 times, so I could see that shit. There.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, there's a huge mosquito in here. Ah, fuck.
He wants
It's
the
gonna suck your
blood.
blood, boy. He's
Out
it's
for
gonna
blood,
get your
literally.
blood.
Damn, Joe getting sucked. What?
Bitch.
Getting fucked. Okay, that's an
Getting
interesting.
piped by the mosquito.
Getting piped.
No, no, no
Speaking of getting
piping here.
piped,
What?
I'm kidding. I'm
What?
kidding.
Where is that going? Oh
Hello,
no.
Caesar. How was your first experience?
We want to hear.
No, no, you guys
Tell
twisted
us your
that.
first experience.
You guys twisted that. Uh, no, I was just mentioning on our outline, we had we list our ideas, and one of the ideas was Pedro speaking about a story, and we went off talking off of that. And I don't want to directly say, I don't want to give it away what the story was, but it led to that. It didn't lead to
Yeah,
that, but we joked around with that.
there's Pedro getting piped.
Yeah.
Wait, what story was it?
Oh no, you're using the wrong phrase. You're saying piped. It's pressed.
I got pressed.
Oh,
Pressed. It
okay.
got
Yeah, I heard
pressed.
piped, and I was like,
Jesus Christ, Caesar.
this did
Yeah.
not happen. This
Dude.
What do you
guy.
think? Now everyone's gonna assume, damn, he got piped. Like he
Yeah,
himself
let me
got
let me
piped.
clarify. I'm gonna tell the pretty much the main part of the story, which I kind of wanted to avoid, but now I need to tell because now everyone is gonna assume you got piped.
Yeah.
He wanted to tell a story about him getting mugged, and I don't know who added the last part, but it said Pedro getting oh okay, that was Joel. It said Pedro getting mugged and getting shanked, and I was like fuck, and then we started joking around, and he said Diego said pressed, and then I heard getting piped, and I was like, you did not get fucked at churches.
Honestly,
Imagine that.
I'm willing to bet he did get fucked at churches. What the fuck?
I'm not.
Metaphorically,
I'm not
metaphorically,
willing
Oh,
okay.
to.
have you guys seen the like
In the walk-in, bro?
video?
Yeah, man,
Uh
dude, the walk-in was the spot. It was cold as hell. It was great.
Shriveled balls and everything.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
No,
With nothing but a hard chode.
so well, the story that I wanted to talk about that was that I kind of just thought about out of nowhere. Diego had mentioned it to me earlier. Was a time that I got me, my uncle, and a few of my coworkers got held up out of churches. We were working our shift. Um, so let me just kind of run by the story. So basically, it was already closed. We were already closed. It was like around 10 or so. We had just locked up the lobby. From there, there was two. There's constantly crackheads, especially on 43rd Ave and Thomas, where the churches that I worked at. Bunch of crackheads. You'll never miss them. And they were just walking around the perimeter. They were just walking around the perimeter from the churches, and we just thought nothing of it because we were just like, oh, they're probably just looking for food or something, whatever, or looking to chill.
You're like, ah, where's the food?
That's what I thought of too.
No, because what we would do is we would leave the leftover chicken on the at the dumpster for them to eat.
Exactly, they're fucking animals.
Fuck, dude. Because you're the reason they're animals, man. You're not even like, here you go get at the dumpster. You
He's
fucking
like, oh yeah,
animal.
they're just some normal dudes. Nah, dude, they're fucking like ghouls from Fallout. They're just like, ah,
Yo, dude, ghouls are
holy
fast.
shit.
They
Yeah.
look like ghouls, but so after that they walked the perimeter, and usually I was a dishwasher at this point. It didn't matter. We all had different jobs that we do on different days, but at this point, this day I was the dishwasher, so I was washing the dishes, easy peasy. My uncle who worked with me, he was the chef, so he was cleaning the fryer and everything. and next to the fryer is where the drive-through window opens, like it opens to the public. Somehow someone forgot to lock that thing, and to this day my memory's a little fuzzy. I don't know if I was supposed to lock it or if he was supposed to lock it or someone else was supposed to lock it, but it wasn't locked. So this guy was knocking at the window trying to ask my uncle something, right? So he was knocking at the window and he opens it up just thinking like, oh, he probably just wants a soda or something, or he wants to buy something. And sure enough, he pulls out a gun. And then he pulls out a gun and he starts yelling. He's like, "Give me the money!" And at this point, I have headphones in, so and I was just washing dishes, and I listened to like really like screamo metal music, so it just sounded like background of the music, right? And from there,
Oh,
I
that's a new
hear,
lyric.
yeah, Cannibal Corpse, "Give me your money."
Give me your money.
From there, I hear my manager calling 911, and I was like, "Damn, someone's getting pressed." Oh snap, it's us. And then I see my uncle like with the gun pointed at him, talking about "Give me your money." And then my uncle doesn't speak English, so he was like, "Yo, no sabe cómo abrirlo." And I was like, "Damn, he's gonna get pressed." So my manager's in the office, like hiding in the office, and some other skank, I forgot who was working. And then at this point, I was like, "It's up to me," because one, he has a gun pointed at him, and I know my uncle does not know how to open this register. So, and I'm behind in safety, right? Like I'm safe as can be, but at the same time, I was like, I gotta save him. And at this, it's not like I had like a hero mentality, like, oh, I'm gonna save the day and be. It was more like this dude is gonna get shot,
So I'm
and
gonna get shot with him.
yeah, I was like, because that's another thing. I would feel mortified if I went to his funeral and I was there like, damn, I could have helped out. So at this point, I started
as
walking over,
as opposed to you being dead.
as opposed to me being dead. I'd rather be dead than not help out family. That was my mentality. And so at this point, and by all means, I didn't do this, with a smile on my face. I was like, son of a bitch, why can't you fucking open the register, dog? So I started walking over, and keep in mind, like he has a gun pointed at him. And he sees me approaching it, and then he points the gun at me, and he's like, "You open the register," and I was like, "Yeah, all right." Like literally like that. I was like, "All right."
That's what I'm here
Wait.
for, dumbass.
Yeah, basically.
Pedro,
Mm.
so your uncle had the ability to open the register the entire time?
No, that's the thing. He didn't know how to because he never worked the register, so he never touched the
Oh, okay.
register.
I thought
Yeah,
I thought
so
he was like, nah, you ain't getting none of this.
yeah,
So
if he was like that, by all means, I would have been like, hell yeah, hero. But he truly
so
did
so
not
to
know.
ask you like a serious question, do you think that had you say not even been like around
Mhm.
and your uncle not managed to like open the register, do you think you would have gotten shot?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So I'm opening the register.
He did.
I'm opening the register, and he was like, "Put it on the bag." I was like, "All right, chill, damn."
He's like
Sweet.
SpongeBob. He's like, put the money in the bag
Yeah.
now.
Shut the
Did
fuck
he ask for
out,
chicken
dude.
as well? I feel like
It
if I was
was-
robbing a food place, I'd be like, yo, give me fucking food.
right? You would think so, right? And at this point, I was really hoping because the oil was still hot, so I was really hoping my uncle would just get a fucking a pan or something, just whoosh, throw it at the dude.
Eesh.
But,
Ah, no.
but
Because could you imagine? What if he misses?
if he misses,
Oil.
fuck it.
Oil to the face.
Oil, yeah, it's gonna crispy carnitas and such, bro. Chicharron.
Carnitas.
You about to eat the dude?
But no. Once I got to the register, he got behind the thing. There's like a. It's hard to explain if you haven't seen it, but it's like a metal thing that blocks the outside view. So he was hiding behind there. Um, and of course, same thing. Like he's like, "Give me the money, give me the money." I was like, "Dude, shut up. I'm giving you the money. Do you see me not giving you the money? Because I'm taking out the money and putting it in the fucking bag. Chill."
Did you actually give him
And
that sauce?
Yo,
he
if I was him, I would have shot you, Pedro, already.
he left. I gave him the sass, and At
I
this
would
point,
have
it was
shot you if
only
you gave me sass.
that's why I said earlier. Let me get to it because I did piss him off, and I'm surprised he didn't shoot me. So in my head, I was like, I was already putting the money in the bag, and at this point, I thought his entire arm is in the window, just his arm. So I'm thinking one swift like push,
Oh,
and
on
I
the
would have
sliding
broken his
window.
arm, and I would have broke his arm, right? But I was like, I hate this job, so I'm not gonna risk my life for this job.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't risk your life for any job. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Unless that's what your job entitles for, unless you're like a fucking cop or a firefighter.
He's
Mhm.
a
And that's
he's
what
a
you kind of
Secret
sign up
Service
for.
agent. He's a Secret Service agent. He's like, nah, it's not worth it, dog.
Right.
President
They
gets
didn't
killed.
protect, they didn't protect Trump from the Rona, so they kind of failed their job, dude.
Exactly. No, this guy ended up leaving with like $40. Honestly, I literally, I specifically remember we had already cashed out the register, so
Oof.
he
Oh
he
my
only took the
goodness.
change, which was like a 10, 2 5s, and whatever ones was in there, and some quarters. So I was like, he really pressed me for like $40 and change, and
Yo, what if like after he mugged you, he was like, "Yo, can I get a pack of the biscuits?"
for sure,
Dude, I'm
playlist
telling
was
you,
fresh.
Seriously.
if I
See,
was
Hey, yo, you got a little bit of honey?
I thought he was gonna say like he comes back realizing he only got $40 and then tries to actually mug you and like the people in there. He's like, nah, this isn't enough for me right now.
I
Like,
thought
fuck that.
This ain't enough to be
someone
done.
fucking holding up a fast food restaurant, I'm trying to do this while I'm pouring whiskey, would be like, yo, and I want some chicken too. You know? That's what I would
That's
do.
what I would. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have
Pays with the 40 that he stole.
done. Sweet. Now
I
that I
need
got
you
the
to
money, here
service
you
me.
go. Nah.
No, dude, I've
Go ahead.
I've never been mugged, but when I when I worked at McDonald's, I've had people stick in their arm to like grab shit. Like maybe when
Oh
I'm not looking,
hell
because
no.
there's a conveyor machine that sprays the sodas and everything,
Yeah.
and we line it up because there's like a rail that you can line it up, and you line it up as whatever's next. And I've had some people come in and like just take one of those sodas, and I'm like, honestly, dude, had you asked for a soda, I would have given you a soda. But now
Hell no.
now I'm here in an awkward situation where I see your fucking dirty ass hand just take a soda, and I'm like, it's just a Coke.
Exactly. Yeah. At that
Dirty
point, you're
ass
not gonna
hand.
make a fuss out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're stealing a fucking Coke, then you're fucking dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That,
I remember when I would
I
work
It's
mean,
a
drive through.
dollar.
When people literally ask me, hey man, can I get a Coke?" I'd be like, "Yeah," but like I every time I was on drive through, and people asked me in the most politest way ever, I'd always be like, "Yeah," and I took it to like an extent because I knew manager codes, and it'd be like, "Hey man, let me get a fucking buttermilk sandwich." I'm like, "Bet," and they'd be like, "Please," and I'm like, "You know what? I'm leaving, and I feel like I'm in a good mood, so yeah."
Yo, Caesar, I left my register to you. What the fuck?
No, I
'Cause I
wouldn't.
remember.
with some cash, bro. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
bro,
no,
cash.
no. When I knew people like you and certain other people, I'd be like, yeah. But like I wouldn't fuck with people because at the end of the day, I know someone gets pressed on that. So only when it would be me. But yeah, I wouldn't really give a fuck.
I remember when people like asked for water cups, and
Oh
they
yeah.
they like they go for their water bottle or the soda and everything, and they're like trying to hide that shit. They're like,
Thank you for that visual presentation, Diego.
Swear.
and
That's my fourth one.
and
Jeez
I'm
Louise,
over
guy.
here like, do we give a shit? Just fucking put a little bit of Sprite or Coke in it and bounce. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
What I do hate is when people come in with big ass thirst busters, like
Oh yeah.
or from or the like empty cups from Quick Trip, and they just come in fucking spray it down, and I'm like, yo, come on, dog.
You remember we would have that remote to like turn the dispensers off?
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
That's a
Fucking
thing?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Like if you were like
dude.
mid spray, I just turned that
That's
shit up,
dope.
and I'm like, what up?
Just a little thing.
That's fucking
Us.
awesome. I didn't know about that. That's
Dude,
sick.
our managers would do it. We had a counter, right? The regular counter, and they would do it under the counter. They'd be like looking at the dispenser and just like click, and then people would be like,
Dude.
they'd like directly look at the counter, and our manager would just be like, "No, you can't, you can't. You know who I'm talking about, John. No, you can't. You can't get that. You can't.
Dude, you blew my mind with that. You fucking blew my mind.
She had an accent. She had a heavy accent. This shit was funny,
No,
dog.
you could not do that.
There you go.
And she was cool.
Yeah, she was really cool.
No, the problem was that like there's never just one person at the fucking soda machine. So when you turn it off to a person who actually purchased the cup, who was legitimately there and getting soda, but you were also trying to get the guy who was filling up his
Yeah.
thirst buster. So that dude would get mad. But the people who actually went that day and bought a cup, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck? Your soda ain't working. You're turning it off. I bought this shit." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it wasn't for you. It was for that dude."
Yeah. Un segundo.
Well, I mean, at least you guys didn't have to deal with that because with us, we had the sodas um, over the counter or behind the counter, I should say. So
Yeah.
Oh,
people
you
would have to
served
ask
it.
us. I served it, yeah. So people would have to ask like, "Hey, can I get a refill?" And if my manager was watching, I'd be like, "No, it's $1.25. I can't do it." And of course, they would make a
God
big fuss.
damn.
Yeah, they would make a big fuss, and it'd be like, "Oh, let me talk to the manager." And the manager would be like, "Oh, here you go." But if I were to ever do it, it would be like, "Yo, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck would you give soda out?"
Yeah, I remember when people like came in with coupons that were like coupons. They legit checked the coupons, and this coupon was like torn in half. It was expired. You couldn't even read it, and but it had the picture of a fucking Big Mac, and so I'm like, dude, I can't accept this. Like, I'll get in trouble if I get accept this. He's, let me talk to your fucking manager and everything. And I always hate it when your manager doesn't give you the side. Like, Cheddar just looks at half the coupon and is like, yeah, we can take this. And then the customer looks at you like, bitch.
Bitch.
But
Hell
let's
no.
say
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just to say, but let's say you did take that coupon, the ass whooping you would have had at work for
Yeah,
taking the
exactly.
coupon. Like,
Yeah, I worked at Target for like 2.5 years, and that's dealing like food is one thing, but when you're dealing with like groceries and like different products and like electronic products, and people are trying to come in with like a 20% off coupon that like expired like 2 weeks ago or years ago, and the amount of times that I'm like, I'm not gonna take this. Like I know my area, like I'm not gonna take the shit, and managers would come by and they'd be like, just do it, whatever. Like, we get the sale. I'm like, that's not the point. If you're gonna take the coupon that is clearly years old, what is the point in making the coupon in the first place? It's like we may as well just give everybody fucking half off. It's ridiculous.
I
I
remember
You
would
get an
hate to
iPod.
be.
You get an iPod.
Everyone gets an
Take
I
soda.
iPod.
was
God damn.
when I
I
was
would
at
hate to
Target.
work at. My bad.
No, I was gonna say when I was at Target, there was one guy who came in who took out our entire stock of iPads, and and I was just like, damn, dude. He came up to me. He's like, I have a wedding, and as wedding gifts, we're giving out iPads. So I was like, okay. I mean, what the fuck do I care? By all means, and give it. Sure enough, I
Okay.
unlocked it. I gave out the iPads, and I rang him up, and he's like, oh, I have this coupon, and sure enough, I scanned it, and it didn't go through. And he's like, "Oh, I actually work for Target, so if you just do this, this, and this, it'll
Oh
go
my
through." And I was like, "I mean, sure." And sure
god.
enough,
Oh, you got scammed, you
I
motherfucker.
got scammed. Yeah, and at this point, like in hindsight, I was like, I should have called the manager. And by all means, they told me you should have called us over, but he brought up the Red app, which the Red app you can scan and such, and that's how I knew it was legitimate because I was like, I don't know how you can scam this because he was showing me going like navigating through the app. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I guess you got a badass deal or something.
As
Um,
a
and
So
and given all the other workers that were there before me saw me do this, and I kept looking over to them like, what should I do? Like, is this for real? And they're like, yeah, go for it. Sure enough, I got talking to like, yeah, you should have called us over. I didn't get in trouble, but they're like, you should have called us over because we're pretty sure that didn't go through.
It was a buy one
so
get 10 free.
I can I can actually speak to that because that was a huge phenomenon that happened almost, I mean, not every day, but like maybe on a weekly basis. So, because I know what Pedro's talking about, you worked in mobile, so you were like a vendor that came in and worked at a Target, and
Right.
like you still helped people and you still sold products, but you weren't like an actual Target member, whereas I was, and I worked in that department in the electronics department. And so what people do is people come in and they say, "Hey, I want to buy, literally everything that's in the Apple case." And seriously, no, you think like it's funny, but I'm not joking. People
Oh,
have cleaned
I'm
out
laughing
our
at
Apple.
fucking Pedro fucking randomly putting a fucking SpongeBob pillow behind his back for lumbar support.
My back was hurting.
He was
But
like,
people come.
he did this with the pillow. He was like,
He's
he's like,
fucking shut up.
you,
I
you
wanted,
catch it?
I wanted to show, I wanted to show the stupid face. It was the fucking.
Here,
But people, oh, that's funny. It's the meme.
Yeah.
But yeah, people would show up with this fake app, which you called it the red app, and that's the fake app that they use.
Damn it.
Because now,
I was
yeah, now
about to.
yeah, it's a fake app, but they're able to get gift cards and coupons on there, and so I don't know how. I think they are using like laundered money or something. I don't know how they do it, nor do I care. But yeah, people would come up and they would scan it. But the problem is, and now that I think about it, I don't know how much I should say about this, but
Let it out,
because
Chris.
it got real deep. But when it comes to them buying the product, me as an employee, I can't do anything. Obviously, I can try to decline them and be like, no, like, do you have another form of payment? But I can't say no. Like, I can't, like, at the end of the day, if they give a reason, like a valid reason, I can't accuse them of being scammers because then I get in trouble. And then in turn, the company gets in trouble, whatever. Because, I mean, at any point in time, they can sue for that reason. So I have to take it, but it's a scam, and so it gets deep into like the asset protection looks into it and blah blah blah. But yeah, that is like a very common thing. It still happens to this day. I haven't worked there for God about it's been a few months, but it still happens where people come in and you'll know immediately because if they're buying like over 1,000, not even over 1,000, over a couple $100 of a specific Apple product or whatever it may be, it's like, okay, you immediately know like no reasonable person would come into a Target to clean out your Apple section or your Xboxes or PlayStations. They're either resellers or scammers. So it's just it's just one of those things where as an employee you can't do anything. And when the managers come by, they can barely do anything more than that. So it gets like into this weird like ether of like, oh, security's gonna look into it, blah blah blah. But you just have to fucking sell it.
what
It's the
the
stupidest thing.
reason I started laughing when he mentioned the app was because I took an Android development class. One of the assignments was to find an app on the App Store and duplicate, make it identical. Like us as programmers, create an identical copy of it. At least the first couple pages, and it's so easy to like develop an app on your own PC and mimic everything. From the clicks, from navigating, and it's so crazy how easy it is. So I don't know, maybe that has something involved, but it's not that hard to do.
No, yeah, and you're not wrong because the way that the app looked at first glance, you think, oh yeah, that's our app. Like they're just using the app. But then you take a closer look and you're like, that's not the same barcode page. The barcode is too long, so it's clearly like an auto generated thing. So if you look into it, it's like, yeah, they're doing something to bypass like our system, our actual system, where we take transactions. But I mean at the end of the day, it's just like, what more can you do than to just bite the bullet, sell
Yeah,
them the product, and hope that
one of the
the
kids
investigation
in
can get
my
them.
in my class, he chose Tinder, and he built it so
Nice.
well. He built it with 5 swipes, and he's like, on the third swipe, you would automatically get matched with whatever person he put as a third match. And he coded it so when you send a message to that person, it automatically replied to you, and it looks so legit. And when he started presenting it, I thought that it was actual Tinder, and I was like, "Oh, this guy is just literally playing a screen record of him using the Tinder app." And he said, "No, And he would tell us the response before the actual other person that matched with him, sent the message. And he's like, now I'm gonna say this, and the next person's gonna say this and this and that. And he's like, I only coded it to send 3 responses back, but that's it. It's so crazy.
Dang. Fucking
Must be
baited.
nice.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I think I put too much alcohol in this because I'm
How
kind of
much
phasing
alcohol
out.
did you put in the chief?
Would it? Oh,
That's
ooh, yeah. If you're for us though, like for us three that are used to drinking that much, for Joel, it's gonna hit him a little bit harder.
That's the
I'm
first drink
drinking.
you've had today.
I'm drinking it straight.
Yeah, yeah. I guess. So.
That too.
Actually, no. I'm talking shit. I'm a lightweight. That would have knocked me out too, Joel.
I think in order, that's actually a good topic to say. Who here can take the most liquor? And I
Yeah.
think I would say me and Diego.
You and Diego.
Between me and
I,
him,
and I would agree.
I have no idea who could drink more.
We'll test
That's a
it.
good.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
find
yet
out.
to be
We'll find
seen.
out on my birthday, dog. We'll find out on my
Oh
birthday.
yeah, that is right. His Pedro's birthday's coming up. We're all gonna get fucked up. So.
Oh my god. We are.
A time, choose gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on getting fucked up. I thought it was this weekend, and I was so excited this week. I was like so hyped. His birthday's. We're celebrating. It's on the 3rd, or when is your birthday?
Wow.
Damn.
It's the third today.
Listen, I know critical dates. Okay, I know my birthday. I know my girlfriend's birthday. I know my mom's birthday.
You're not critical.
Your homies, dog. What about your homies? Nah, my
All I
birthday's
know
on
is
the 7th.
it's in October. Dude, you out of everyone in the group, I can't memorize your birthday. I don't want to say everyone's birthday because that's some information I wouldn't want you
Fine.
guys.
What's
Huh?
What's mine?
It's
Which one?
it's a critical. I'm not gonna say the actual date. God damn it. Okay.
No fuck.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that y'all were putting the fives up.
April.
Got you.
That's one. That's one from
Yeah,
me.
but Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, no, we're celebrating mine the weekend after my actual birthday, and so it would have been nice to do it this weekend, but it feels weird doing an early birthday. Me personally, I feel like it's better doing it to celebrate a birthday later than earlier.
Yeah,
Always.
it's. I don't know why, but we always assume that it's gonna be cool. What do you want to do? Like, do you want anything special? Do you want us to dress up a certain way? Like, the fuck?
Well, don't spoil it. Don't
Spoil it for
spoil
me.
it.
No, I'm
We're
asking
gonna-
you. I'm asking you. Like, what do you want from
Asking-
us?
If you're asking me what I want, Caesar,
He wants to get piped.
not pressed.
He was hoping the guy who mugged him that night piped him.
Comes back, right, and finishes the job and does it right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Left him
I just want to tell you, you have very beautiful eyes. Oh,
Now
Just-
get over here
oh,
and pipe me.
That would
You-
look a lot. That would look a lot better below me.
speaking of which, oh my fucking god, dude. So another church's story. No. Yeah. Another church's story was semi-churches. My neighborhood story. So there was a time,
Okay.
sophomore, maybe junior year. I would go to the park to run, and when I was walking back to my house, because I live very close to a park, and on my way back, a white pickup truck pulls up next to me. And in that white pickup truck was an old man, a cochino kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? Like old, like straight from Mexico.
You told me this
I
story.
feel like
Oh,
you
yeah,
told
yeah.
us this story.
Yeah.
Not on the podcast though. This is a good story. It's fucking funny.
Yeah. And so he pulls up next to me, and I think nothing of it. I still have my headphones on, and I still see that car following me. Like it's following me.
Oh, I
So I
remember.
take out my headphone. He's like, and he tells me, "Necesitas un raite?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "A dónde vives?" And I was just like,
Don't
yeah.
be bad.
"Yeah." I was just like, "Over there." I did not want to give him a specific location, so I was just like, "Over there." And he's like,
Your
"Okay."
mom's house, bitch.
Oh no! And then after that, he was just like, "¿Estás seguro que no necesitas raite?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And he's like, "Mírame, mírame." He did that thing.
Look,
Mírame los ojos,
I'm the
chiquito.
captain now. I am the
Yeah,
captain.
he was just like, he's like, "Mírame," and then he's like,
Solo
"Yeah,
mires a los ojos.
yeah, yeah." He was just like, "Tienes bonitos ojos," and I was like, "Gracias." And then,
Red
and
flag.
he says he keeps testing me, like he keeps saying like, "Oh, like just hop on or whatever," like the shit that your parents warn you about. That's what's happening here. But except like I've been built like this since about freshman year. So at this point, I'm just like, nah, you know what I mean? And
No, homie.
Hold on, let's spend a little bit of time right there. Built. What do you mean by built like this?
I've been
Tall,
the same
like,
height. I've been the same thickness since about like freshman year.
Thickness.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I disagree. I disagree.
Oh,
I
you
put
were.
on weight.
Yeah,
I
you were
put on weight,
not
to be fair.
thick. You were thick.
But either way, story. And then, of course, I think nothing of it. I still walk home and I tell my mom. My mom's like, "Now you bullshitting." And I was like, "All right, fuck it."
Next day, I got fucked. I
And
was
then-
bullshitting.
And then, like 2 weeks later, he's in the drive-thru at Churches, and I'm sure he just
shit.
came through. I'm sure he just came through just like a normal customer, right? And then he sees me, and once again,
¿Qué
once
onda,
again,
guapo?
he's like, "Estás bien bonita," and I was like,
What the fuck?
Yeah, I got livid because I was like, "I'm a dude."
I didn't hear this part.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's like, "Estás bien bonita." He already did at this point. He already did the thing
That's what he
of
said.
"Mírame los ojos y quién sabe qué." And at this point, I got livid because I was like, "Well, first of all, I'm a dude. Second of all, thank you."
Oh, bien
And then,
bonito, cabrón, no bonita, eh?
and then after which, even I think, I don't know if my Theo was there to see it, but someone was there to see it. And then immediately, once he drove off, he was like, "Woo, mira Pedro." I was like, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." I got pissed. I was like, I feel molested.
So what happened when you were walking home? Like, did he just drive off after that, or was
After
there more to it?
after I shut him down multiple times because he kept saying like, "Hop on," or "I'll give you a ride home," or "Do you want to crash at my place?" I was like, "Nope, I do
Do you
not."
want to crash at my place?
He said something. He said something along the lines of, "Do you want to sleep over or whatever?" And I was like, "No, I do not." And I literally
That's-
just kept walking. I kept walking.
You want a pipe?
And again, like this guy was like a real, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like he was just
He's a real
he was,
creep.
He was a real creep. He looked like a creep, and that was the thing.
God.
So like
Herbert from Family Guy?
but Beaner. You know what I'm saying? Like real Mexican. Like he came given. He had a sick ass truck. He had like a skull in the front of the truck, and I was like, dude, that's kind of pimping.
Pedro was like,
Yo,
I don't
so
know,
Pedro
man.
was
I was thinking
considering
about it. I was,
you thought about it for a second.
he has a
Right.
sick truck, man. He'd take care of me.
If you look
Yo,
like
did
Vin
he have a
Diesel-
crawling chihuahua? Like he was all crippled?
like
Thought
fucking
about it.
Herbert.
That
Like
Hebert. Herbert from Family Guy.
Yeah. But no, even after that, like, yeah, after I turned him down multiple times, he drove off and I just kept walking. Because even then, even like during this conversation, I kept walking. You know what I'm saying? So we were just both going like this. And yeah, at this point, I was just like, I didn't think nothing of it because, he didn't touch me. You know what I mean? If he did touch me, I would have bit his dick off or whatever.
What?
Yeah.
Was he
Yeah,
that
right?
close to you
That's
that
the
he
way
could
to
have
go.
been like,
No.
Paz?
He was still in the car. But I'm just saying, like, if he got out and like grabbed me, yeah, I would have kicked him in the dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
But
I mean, it's a
Understandable.
reasonable thing to do.
yeah. But
That
yeah,
reminds me.
that was a story of how I almost got a man. Most bitches would
I-
to kill for a man with a truck, but me, I just gotta go to the park.
I don't. How old were
Not
you
that
at this
guy.
point?
I was like 15, 16.
Oh shit.
No,
They recorded his
most
ass.
girls would not kill for a guy with a truck.
Yeah.
They get killed by a guy with a truck.
Yeah,
That's true.
that reminds
And he
me
said
of,
bonita,
like,
so he was thinking you were a chick. He was probably
yeah,
gonna kill you.
dude. Isn't that like a weird
Bro,
fetish?
He thought you were a
voice.
dyke.
Listen to my
He thought
voice,
you were a
though.
dyke.
Thought I was a dyke.
No.
No.
I ain't trying to
Yeah,
pipe,
dude.
son.
In fast food, like a lot of people get a lot of unexpected passes at them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Absolutely.
I had ones where like straight ass old ladies would be like, "Yo, you're real good for my daughter," and I'm like, "Thanks." She's like, she
Oh
had
I
well,
love
see,
that.
no.
I
that's
actually
hold
love
on.
that.
That's different, though.
That's
That's different.
better. That's different than saying, "Hey, you're good for me."
Oh, I've
Like
had
if
that
if
too.
they were, like, oh,
Yeah, I've had like 50-year-old ladies. You're like, "Hey, you're really handsome," and I'm like, "Thanks." You're
No, no,
really
no.
handsome, and
You're
I'm like,
really
"Thanks."
handsome, chiquito.
you're really
And then they
old.
try to make conversation like, "Oh, where do you go to school? You go to school?" She's like, "Do you need money to go to school?" And I'm like,
Ay,
"Holy
ya
shit!"
verga, dude. Now we're
Joel,
talking. I
Joel,
like,
Joel, Joel, you had the prime. You had the prime
yeah, dude.
opportunity, big man.
I got
Nah, but
scholarships, dude.
he would have had AIDS by now. He'd be in a hospital bed or some
You gotta
He
shit.
would
go.
have
Oh, I
You
had
thought
gotta
you
go.
said.
AIDS.
I
He
thought
would have
Diego
had
said he
AIDS.
would have had straight A's, not AIDS.
Oh no, that too, but with AIDS as well.
Already have those.
Yeah,
AIDS.
which one? HIV
AIDS. He
or
means AIDS.
That reminds me when I first moved.
Ambiguity.
I first moved to this neighborhood. I didn't originally live at the current house I live in. So I moved in the third grade here, and we didn't really know people around here. So when I started going to school, I would walk. My school's like literally like 5, 6 minutes away from my house. So I would walk to school and walk home from after school. And I remember this one lady. Apparently, while I was in school, my mom was like watering the plants outside, and she like met one of our neighbors. And apparently, whenever she had a daughter that went to the same school with me, and whenever they got out of school, she would go and like meet up with her and then walk her home back. I didn't know this, so my mom talked to her and she's like, "Yeah, I have a kid," and they're like, "Oh, our kids go to the same school, whatever, whatever." And my mom showed her photos of me, whatever. And then I think it was on a Wednesday, and I got out, normal routine. I was like, whatever. I say bye to my friends, and I start walking home. And then as I get out of the little gate, I'm alongside of the school, and I start walking, and this lady's like, "Hey, I know your mom," and like in a real like
Oh, that's
it's
mad
like
sweet.
weird vibe. And she's like, "Hey, your name's Cesar. I know your mom." And she's like, and she was picking up her daughter. At this point, I didn't see the girl. I think the girl was already in the car, but I didn't see the girl get in the car. But she was talking to me from like the window, the driver's side window. She's like, "Hey, your name's Cesar. I know your mom." But she was talking to me in Spanish. She's like, "Oh, hola, mijo." She's like, "Oh, tú te llamas Cesar. And yo conozco a tu mamá. Súbete, yo te doy a la casa." She was pretty much telling me, "Hey, I know your mom. I'll give you hop in. I'll give you a ride to your house." And I was pretty dumb as a kid, but I wasn't that dumb. And I was like, I don't know. In my mind, I was like, I don't know you, and I've never seen you around the neighborhood. And I was like, I'm fine. And I remember she kept on asking, like she was really persistent, and I felt so weird that I was like, you know what, I have two options. I could keep walking. I was this smart enough. I was like, I keep walking, she either follows me, and the farther away I walk from the school, the less safe I get. I was like, you know what, I'll just go back to, I'll go back, wait in the office, wait like 5 minutes, and then I'll go. So that's what I did. And I went back, and I was so scared that I called my mom, and I was like, hey, there's this lady. And I described the lady to my mom, and she's like, oh, she's one of the neighbors. She's like, I just met her, and I didn't know she would do that. My mom was like, that's so weird and nice that she would do that, but that's very weird.
Yeah,
So like
that's
my
Yeah, knowing
mom,
that her intentions were probably good, but
yeah, she's probably just wanted to like help out, but like me being just, I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable with
you
her.
did.
I
You
just
did the
didn't know
right
her.
thing. You did the
dude,
right thing by all means.
I was so
I was
scared
what
though.
I was what a freshman, and one of my childhood friends' dad came by, and his sister is in the same grade as we were, but I didn't hang out with her or anything, and so we live in the same apartments, so it was only natural that whenever we got off the Thomas bus on 51st Ave, we waited. I waited for my mom to pick me up, and then she waited for her dad to come pick her up in the truck. We never did take any car together, but my mom took a really long time. I don't know what she was doing, probably cooking, and her dad comes, and he's like, "Yo, Joel, you want to ride?" And my dumbass is like, yeah, I know these people. Like your brother is a really good friend of mine. So I go, make it my way. I get home, my mom's not there. My mom's not home. She went over to go pick me up, and when she
Nice.
noticed that I wasn't there, dude, she was like, "Yo, where the fuck are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm home." Dude, she came back extremely livid. I got scorched. So yeah, I shouldn't have taken the ride. I mean, I've never been close to or have fucking cochino compliment me on my eyes and try to abduct me,
For
or
sure.
have somebody I just don't even know. But that's the closest story I got, and I still got roasted for it.
No, I was such a bitch, bro. I fucking waited in the office and I told my mom, I was like, I don't feel comfortable walking home. I was like, can you come walk? Can you come find me? And I was like, I'll start walking home, but like meet me up, link up with me. And she
You
did.
know my path, yeah.
Yeah,
Meet
I was
me
like, bro,
halfway.
if you don't find me, I'm dead.
Yo, that's a classic song. Meet me. What was that song called? Meet me halfway.
Black
Some
Eyed
Was
Peas.
that all it was by the
sing
Black
it.
Eyed Peas?
Black Eyed Peas? Okay.
Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, it's in.
Whatever happened to them?
Fergie
And
I'm
got
gonna.
Fergie got her
they're
citizen.
still dropping. They're still dropping songs, dude. Ritmo.
Aren't they
Have you?
like
You
on?
can't tell me you haven't heard of Ritmo.
I have
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard.
All right. Well, if I play it, then you guys will probably hear it, recognize it.
I like how Joe's like, nah, come on, and it's like no one's heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inserts
I'm gonna
cricket
break-
noise.
I mean, have you
I'm
guys
gonna-
watched Bad Boys for Life?
I haven't
no,
yet.
I haven't.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that was the song for it.
We're not cultured.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah, it's the newest one.
Okay.
I watched it right before
Yes,
the
Bad Boys,
pandemic.
Bad Boys 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like,
I remember watching that
I'm
like
gonna
that.
break.
Like the whole pandemic was like just kicking in and everything, and there was like only two couples in the fucking. It was a new movie, so they always put you in the biggest fucking room they got. Like you could sit over 400 people in there, and there was just four people inside. It was fucking amazing.
I miss
Yeah, that happened
it
with
so much.
the New Mutants. We went and saw the New Mutants, which, if anybody's a
I
fan of,
haven't seen
which
the
any,
movie.
if anybody's a fan of the X-Men movies, better than Dark Phoenix.
No,
Better
okay,
than
Dark
that.
Phoenix was a fucking piece of trash, man.
Exactly, better than that. So
Better than the track.
that's
Thank you.
no,
I'm
and it
gonna.
was. But,
I need to check it out.
yeah, it's a good little like movie to watch with like at
Better than
home or
trash.
whatever. But yeah, we happened to see it in theaters and it was completely empty. It was probably like one, like maybe like another couple in front of us, but it was worth it.
They didn't make. Well, at least I didn't see any promotion for that movie.
There was barely any promotion to begin with. That's because all
because
theaters
it
were
was
done.
yes that and it was supposed to come out like 3 years ago.
Oh,
They
really?
filmed it. Yeah, they filmed it in like 2017, and then they were supposed to release the year later in 2018, and then it got pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and then they were like, "Fuck it, let's just release it."
I
for
thought
the
Dark Phoenix was the movie that they kept on pushing and pushing and pushing.
Mm-mm.
So when
I mean, maybe they probably pushed it once or twice, but New Mutants was like 2 years delayed, 3 years delayed.
I've never seen an X-Men movie.
what,
What,
dude?
dude?
No, that's probably wrong. You've probably seen the
I've
first.
seen
or second
Wolverine.
one.
You have to have seen the Wolverine movie.
No, I was what, like 8 when my dad about pirated movies, because as a kid that's all you get.
That's a movie.
Yeah, that's all you
Yeah,
get.
we
Hell
all
yeah,
did. I think we all did.
dude.
Yeah,
I still pirate stuff
and he
to an extent. To an extent.
he you just incriminated yourself. You should have pleaded the fifth.
I didn't say what
Uh,
I pirated.
You pirated. All right. Anyways, I don't know what X-Men movie it was, because it was the one where this dude is like getting his like back fucking carved out, and like
The Last Stand.
Oh my
and it's like
god.
and his like wings are like coming
Yeah.
out and shit.
Yeah,
That
Last Stand.
yeah, my parents were like, "Quita ese cochinero," and so
Yeah, it is a piece of shit.
I wasn't allowed to watch that movie, and so from there on, I was like, "All right, I don't care for X-Men."
Jacob, you can't tell me Last Stand wasn't a piece of shit.
It
No, you're right. It's just funny. It's a fucking god awful.
Yeah.
I think last time was all right. If I look at it
I was like
now,
early on
yeah, it
though.
was ass, but
Well, that's a whole nother conversation for a
Yeah,
whole nother day.
you just triggered me and
We can
Diego.
get real in depth on why Last Stand is garbo, but we can, yeah, that no, absolutely
they
not.
they took a perfect concept, which could be honestly turned into a 3-hour movie and really deep storyline, and they just did it in 30 minutes. It's just complete ass.
Yo,
The
guys, I'm not
It's
gonna lie to
Phoenix
funny.
you. Endgame
Yeah.
wasn't that good.
Endgame.
so
I disagree.
Infinity
so
War was for me way better.
I'll I'll agree with Joel to an extent. The reason Endgame was such an amazing film was because we had 10 years of Marvel leading up to
I
this.
get yeah.
And that last movie had everything you wanted. It had all the action. Basically that's all it was. It was just action. And it was good action. And it had the parts that you wanted to happen. Of course, everyone coming back. Spoiler alerts. And everyone coming back.
It's been
And
years.
Spoiler: everyone saw that movie.
you just there's some people out there that haven't seen it.
People that haven't
Okay,
watched it don't really give a
those
fuck.
people should go watch it.
Yep.
Yeah, those people should go watch it.
Fair. But yeah, everyone came back. Thanos got his ass whooped not the way everyone wanted it to happen, but it was a good way that it happened. If you were to never watch an MCU film and you just watch Endgame, yeah, you would be like, dude, this is shit. What the fuck? But if you saw from beginning to end, you would say this is the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
Well, I watched it from beginning to end, and
I'm gonna like
it's a good
little
movie.
agree with Joel just because there's so many like characters and like so much
There's,
stuff going on. It's
there's a
very
lot of
fast
plot
paced.
holes. There's a lot
Okay,
of plot
so
holes. I'll give you that.
Plot holes.
so what is it that you don't? Let's just start off with what is it that you don't like about it, Joel?
No. I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just when we place them on a fucking what do we call it?
Scale.
Fucking
Rate 'em.
yeah.
Scale?
If we scale them and rate them, it is not up there. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking
I agree with that.
Infinity War is a much better movie than Endgame.
Speak, man.
Yeah. Fucking Endgame. I'm
Breathe.
telling you, it's the alcohol. It's the alcohol. Endgame.
Yeah.
You guys good? All right.
You good?
Yeah, you
No,
guys
we're
good?
not good.
All right. Yeah, Endgame isn't as good as Infinity War. It's a good resolution. It's a good resolution, but I never did say that it's a bad movie. It's just
Damn right.
it shouldn't be the number one movie
It
of all
it didn't
time.
win any Oscars, did it?
I don't think Infinity War won Oscars either.
I don't think it was shooting for that either.
Also Oscars, in my opinion, that this is a whole nother conversation. I think those awards don't mean a thing. I think if you like it, you like it. If they don't win an award, it shouldn't matter.
At the end
But
of the day,
regardless, yeah, at the end of the day, like if you enjoyed it, that's its own reward. But I guess yeah, because at first that's what I heard was that you didn't like it, but I do agree that Infinity War is the better movie.
It did not win any Oscars. In case anyone was wondering.
yeah, they made the movie for comic book fans. So
Yeah,
I
I
think
felt like the
And that's what I'm saying.
first half of the movie was so slow.
To some extent, but no, what I was saying is if you are a movie lover and you watch this film for the movie aspect of it, it's terrible. Yeah, I'll agree with Joel on that. But if you look at it from a Marvel
I didn't say that.
no.
Yeah, no, he
You're
didn't
just
say
talking
that.
out your ass now.
No, I agree. There's many things that happen that if I let's say I never watched Marvel and I just see fucking some
I'm pissed it didn't go in Thanos' ass, dude.
if I just see fucking what's his face? I see some Karen pick up some old geezer with some alien in a ship and be like, "Hey, I brought him back home for you." I'd be like, "Dude, what the? This is a kid show." I would be pissed.
Yeah, I fucking
thing.
hated how they hyped the shit out of fucking Captain Marvel. And this bitch comes out
Dude,
at the end
oh
and is
my
like,
god, don't even get
oh,
me started.
my bad. You guys ain't the only ones dealing with Thanos. The fuck?
Don't even get me started that shit.
Pussies.
Like,
Fucking
I
Christ.
remember Infinity War was like the the end cutscene was like, oh my god, it's
It's Captain America,
fucking
not Captain America. It's
no, it's
Captain.
Captain Marvel, and they're like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, he's like the whole puzzle to the entire plot. Bitch
She
was like
literally,
like literally at the point where everybody's about to get fucking killed in Endgame, then she appears and then it
you could
bounces.
literally cut her out of the entire film. Well, except for the only importance of,
except for the ending.
yeah, except for the ending, but you could literally cut her off in the entire universe, and it'll be like, you know, the same.
Yeah,
it
what
just
the
puts
Yeah,
me
fuck is the
off.
deal with the whole green
they
race?
the problem is that they did the scrolls.
Scrolls,
They
but
did
yeah,
her.
there you go.
scrolls.
Yeah, they did her a huge disservice by making her movie like the second to last one to come out, because if they had if they had already had her in the universe and she was a thing already and you already knew about her and she was in more movies, I think you would have built a better relationship mentally with her, as opposed to her having her own movie which came out after Infinity War, and
Yes.
then in Endgame, she's only at the very beginning and at the very end, and happens to play a huge role at the very end. Obviously, like because and I do agree. I personally liked her own solo movie. I thought it was fun. It was whatever. But then yeah, the way that they used her in Endgame, she was super underutilized. I think she should have been in that movie a lot more
She's
for
OP.
people.
To
Yeah,
me,
so but that's the thing. She's a little OP.
yeah, to me, Captain Marvel felt like a first Avenger or Iron Man 1. Um,
Hmm.
That's
just
what they were
it was a
trying to
movie
do.
that's there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
yeah.
it didn't turn my head. I was kind of just watching it the entire time, and as soon as it ended, I was like, "Fuck, I want to go watch fucking
I would have been
Trolls or
happy
something."
with like Hawkeye getting his own movie.
Yeah,
That would have been cool.
I would have loved that.
It's funny.
wasn't Black Widow
It's funny.
supposed to get a show? Did that was that
Hawkeye's
ever a
Yeah,
thing?
kid. Hawkeye's kid is
No, her. So yeah, Hawkeye's gonna get its own show on Disney Plus, and Black Widow got delayed. The movie got delayed till
it hasn't
next
come
year.
out.
I think it was next year. No.
I
they
thought it
hyped
came
it up literally at the very end. They were like, "Nah, we'll push it out
Yeah,
later."
because of the pandemic. I think they're trying to make their money.
Yeah, I
I
was
mean,
like the moolah
they're
dog.
trying
They
yeah,
release it
because
Moolah,
now.
baby.
No open box, huge earnings. They want that. So I think right now movie theaters are open now, but they're just gonna
Not
wait
very
till next
cash
May.
money of you.
Dude, I saw that AMC was like running like $3 tickets. It's fucking cool.
Oh my god.
yeah.
It's a ticket
That's how I
to
saw New Mutants.
go see Captain America and a little bit of COVID.
Super
What I'm
Yeah,
soldier.
really mad about is that they didn't really mention the Inhumans a lot, and they had a whole. I watched the show. Did you watch the show, Diego?
no, because I saw the reviews for it and I saw the casting, and so I mean, just for context, the way that they looked didn't match up, and immediately it
Yeah.
was a red flag, because I was like, no, there's a reason that they look the way they look in the comics, and just in the end, the reviews made it like were like the reason why I was like, I'm gonna stay away from
I'm
it.
just like
I
Black
personally
Bolt.
never watched it.
I could see Black Bolt's face. What?
Yeah, it's like no, that's not how that's supposed to be.
Oh my god! Did you see the dog too? Jesus Christ.
Yes, yeah, it's fucking awful.
Anyways,
It's just I don't know. It's just one of those nerdy things where you go into a movie or TV show. Like the movies do it better, obviously, because they
Right.
actually kind of stick like 90% to what the comics are. But then the TV shows kind of have a little bit more free reign to go off the
yeah.
rails because it's less budget. So it's
Oh,
like I don't know.
I was so pissed when before Age of Ultron. No, 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 not Age of Ultron. Captain America. Fuck.
Civil War.
Winter Soldier. That's when.
Winter Soldier.
That's when Shield goes down, right?
Yes, in
Okay.
2014.
You
Yeah.
had to watch. Was it? Did you had to watch Agents of Shield before or after? I think it was before.
Oh yeah, there was a show, huh?
Yeah, there was a show, and in the show, they were setting up the plot for Shield to go down, and you would have understood how Hydra infiltrated Shield if you watched the show, because the entire show, first couple seasons was uh, a couple agents from Shield trying to uncover people within Shield that were working for Hydra, and then that kind of led up to Captain America's movie, and I'm not sure. I think it was an Avengers movie or a Captain America movie that you had to like watch the show to understand the flow of events. I'm not sure. I think Diego help me up on this.
So, so I don't think any of the movies. They might have alluded and they might have referenced Agents of Shield a little bit, but the thing is Agents of Shield at one point stopped being like 100% a part of the MCU.
And that's
Um,
the weird part.
yes, and me personally, I never watched it. I remember getting hyped up for it, but which shows it's different for me personally because it's harder to get invested in a show than it is like for movies. Um, but so I never watched the show, but I remember specifically it was like season 4 or 5 when of Agents of Shield when it came out that people were like, "Oh yeah, they came up with some shit that isn't a part of the MCU whatsoever, so
Right.
it doesn't really count."
The reason I started watching
So
it
yeah,
is because obviously in the first Avengers, Agent Coulson dies. In Agents of
exactly.
Shield, they say, "Nah, like we just faked his death, and this
You
is how we
should,
faked his
yeah.
death." They used Inhuman DNA to bring him back, and that's how they introduced Inhumans. So
And
it's
he never shows up in the movies again. So
dude,
it's
that's why I'm like, so is he dead? And then like they've referenced stuff from I think they mentioned Sokovia in Agents of Shield,
They
and it's
mentioned
so weird.
Thanos. They've mentioned the Infinity Glove or Infinity Gauntlet at some point.
It's so weird. Like I don't know
did they
what's
really?
There's a clip out there on
Oh,
YouTube.
wow. Look at that. Yeah, but they totally could have done so much with. That's another wasted stuff. They could have used Inhumans, and I think they're getting their own film right in the next couple of years.
Yes, it's in Phase Five.
I don't think
I thought it
so.
was in
No.
Phase 5.
Yeah, I think it is, dude. I someone
You
someone
want me
look it
to
up
look?
right now. Look it up right now.
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Shit, because I
I'm like
remember
100% confident
I remember seeing the
because of
logo.
the Inhuman show. You might be thinking of Eternals.
Maybe.
No. Oh wait, this is Inhumans November 2nd, 2018.
Yeah, no, they because I think what you guys are thinking is that Inhumans was originally going to be a movie. It was going to be a movie.
It was going to be a
That's
movie on April 22nd, 2016. Disney removed the picture from its production schedule, leaving the film without a release date. Oh my god.
Yep, and then they turned it into the show that like only had one season
Fucking
and it failed.
canceled it.
Hmm.
I was
It
so
failed.
hyped to see Black Bolt and
bitch.
is actually in his suit.
Now the reason being is if you remember around that same time, or maybe it was a little bit after, but granted, when it comes to businesses, they probably talked way beforehand that any of it came out. They were buying Fox, and so you have a thing of like the Inhumans in the comic books, and we're getting really deep into
Right?
like the nerdy shit, but
I love it, man. I love it.
the Inhumans are super similar to the mutants in that
Mhm.
it's just like people with like superpowers are born or they get it from whatever the fuck, depending on what you read, whatever the fuck it is, but they're very similar. So then you start to turn that into, okay, well, is it going to be Inhumans or is it going to be X-Men? And
Here's
since
the key
yeah,
difference. Well, I'm going based off of the show. There's obviously different based on the comic books. Um, in the show, Inhumans are people that are have Kree DNA in them. So the
yes, that is
Kree
correct.
the Kree is a whole alien
Race.
race. Okay, and I think Captain Marvel is half
Yeah,
right.
supposedly she gets her powers from the Kree. Yeah.
Yep, she gets them from the Kree, but that's what Inhumans are. Some sort of mutation with the Kree and human DNA. Mutants, on the other hand, are literally just humans
Yes.
that have mutation inside of them that gives them certain abilities or certain aspects. So that's the key difference. But yeah,
Yeah.
now we're sounding like fucking nerds.
I think it's
I
a
just
good time
called
to wrap
myself a
it up right
fucking
there.
nerd, dog.
It's good. It was a good talk. I think it's a good place to end it.
Fucking nerd.
Fucking nerd.
As I'm
This
over
shit's
here, like
interesting.
I, one of my colleagues just told me that I had used the number just so slightly incorrect, but our numbers are off. So I've actually been number crunching.
Oh, okay.
You're like, how dare you?
Fuck, it's already been an hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's wrap it up.
Fuck. He said.
Pedro's like, I'm done with this shit.
He hasn't been
fucking-
saying shit. All right.
No, I need to pee. I really need to pee. It's
Oh.
hilarious.
Yeah,
pee.
go. All right. On
That's
that
what
note, guys,
I-
Pedro has to
to
pee.
break the illusion. On that note, we had to pee. To break the illusion, I went to go pee earlier. We're doing video, so yeah, I went to go pee because fuck it.
All right. So
Cool.
Pedro has to go pee. And he already wants to end the podcast already. Fucking Christ.
We hit the hour mark.
All right. You know what? End the podcast, dog. You gotta do it
Wait, why do I gotta do it?
because you're the one bitching about it.
Oh my God.
You have to do. You have to go. He's saying you have to go through like the rigmarole of like, oh, blah 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 blah.
Come on, let me hear the outro.
Well, guys, this is a good time to end it. If you have anything to let us know of, please follow our Instagram, something. Dude, I'm wasted. I'm sorry. I can't do this.
Please
At
go follow
Chela
us at Chela Podcast.
Oh,
Nope.
God,
At Chela
Nope.
Podcast.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I can't do this.
Podcast Chela
Instagram
Time.
tag Chela Time
Podcast Chela Time.
Podcast on Instagram. I feel like I said it wrong too.
It's Chela Time Podcast.
Okay. Yeah. Chela Time
Thank you
Podcast on
all.
Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you all for listening. We
Bye. Have
appreciate
a beautiful time.
Had a beautiful time.
Give us any input. Bye.